Hello, hello. I know it's shocking. I'm actually on time, if not a minute or two early. So I hope you're all well. I'm trying to pull you up so I can see your comments. There we go. Whoops. I read there's supposed to be a phone call tomorrow. Phone call? Is that anything to do? Hello, hello, hello. Well, you really are just not going to work with me here, are you? Watch now. Black and Orange live tarot and astrology live stream. Stacey Abrams. Judge, hello, hello. Hello, Nancy. Kieta Taylor, hello. Linda, Nevada. Texicana, Connie, Deborah. Canine Crazy, Pamela. Lindy, Sandra. Phyllis. Fudge is here. Oh, happy birthday, Deanna. Happy birthday. It's 17, so Aquarius. Hello, Jean. Hello, Jenny Guy. Hello, Mara. If I've missed, hello, Cappy's mom. I'm sorry if I've missed anybody. Judge in the Stone case just called for a telephone conference. Really? If the judge in Stone case wanted to question the prosecutor that resigned, Stephen Miller got married. Yeah. Yes. And they had a lovely honeymoon. They really just went home so they can both hang upside down from the rafters in the White House. Yep, 2 days before the sentence date. Really? Stacey Abrams on The View. All right. Just having a quick look here. And got my notebook still. I haven't turned on the super duper bright light yet, but I will. Been filling it out. These are all the questions I've been covering. This was the astrology, so there wasn't as much there, but I've been since I got this after the first of the year, I've been going back and trying to put in older stuff as well. So by the end of the year, I should have a whole record of everything. So it should be interesting to be able to look back at all of this. It's also, in a small sense, I still have a few more pages to fill in, but I've got the rest of it. It's also, now that I've switched the titles to showing the date, this is now the one way I can see how many, like what video I'm on. So I'll know if I hit another milestone. Anyway, not important, but I just thought I would share that as I'm getting out my notebook to write down what you guys would like me to read on. Anybody who is new around here, if you, certainly if you're watching the playback, when I am done with the readings and stuff after the live stream, I usually, heat up my cocoa or something, but then I go in and I type in the questions into both the description box and the, as a comment, and I pin the comment but sometimes even pinned comments don't show up on like my phone or in various places. It's very strange. But I put the comments, sorry, I put the questions in, and I put timestamps. I watch the thing and I find the right places. And so at any point, if you're watching this back later, and it takes, sometimes you might have to refresh the page or something, but by the time it says in the title, it says timestamp in brackets in the title for the video, they're done. They're good. And I try to get that done by 2, but sometimes, you know, life intervenes. Anyway, I just want to mention that, and if you're like, oh, I don't want to just sit here and listen to her talking and showing stuff, and I'll never forget this. I made this, since I made this silk bag a million years ago. I don't know that I'd make it in silk again, but at the time, you know, it's green on the outside, and it's got this beautiful orange. Here, I'll turn the light on. Woo, hello. It's got this beautiful orange silk here, and it's just lovely. And I keep 2 of my decks in here. And I had someone, last time I showed this off, I had someone comment that we don't care about your pencil case. It's like, ooh, ouch. Okay, yeeks. All right, anyway, someone I saw in the comments, all I saw was, thank you, Deborah. Thank you. That is very kind. As someone said, $10 says that Miller's wife is as bad as he is. Don't take that bet, because I was reading about her this morning. She believes the same things he does. So, yeah. Thank you, Julie. All right. Oh, Jen Lynn and Johnny did a live stream last night on the Stephen Miller nuptials. It was hysterical. You have to find humor. Judge Amy Berman, I can't remember. Is that Stones? Is that Stones, Judge? All right. Okay. We definitely want to read on Stacey Abrams. Okay, and we want to read on yes, and thank you so much to the moderators. I'm just reading your comments here, trying to thank you so much to our moderators. It would not be possible without you. Oh, you really want me to read on Miller? Really? Julie, are you, will Barr resign? I've been reading on that for several days, Jean, and I'm getting no, that he's hoping, well, that he's going to try to hold out, hope things blow over. He's being protected by Trump, and the Republicans would have to remove him or put incredible pressure on him, and they don't want to make Trump mad. And the longer Barr is in there, the more, it's almost like a fated thing, that the longer he's in, the more power it gives Democrats in the coming election. So, will the Dems be ready? Well, they passed a lot in the first 2 years. Maybe, maybe not. What I got on the astrology the other day, the really big thing was just how much the next the next 4 years of the presidency is just going to be really fraught, really emotionally fraught, and with all kinds of court cases and rule of law and new laws. And does Lev have any more papers to release? I've read on that before. I got that that nothing was jumping out, but that he was really, really scouring what he has to try to find something, but I wasn't getting anything major. Let's just say Stevie's bride's having a bit of a rude awakening during their honeymoon. He's good grief. Do you guys really? Okay, we'll read on Miller. I'll do that first. Mr. and Mrs. Miller. I don't know why you guys want me to read on them. I'll be honest, it's like, ugh. Okay, but I'll be all right. I'm here to help you guys. Adam and Nancy. Get the sage out, Autumn. Get the garlic out. If we're reading on Miller, I'm getting the garlic out. Have I come across there's some talk about a spy in the Trump camp? I haven't. I've looked, but I just don't get that. All right, let's just start there. Start with Stacey Abrams and Miller. You're going to use Old Faithful here. And then I'm sorry I missed in the comments, no, I'm not saying that Trump is having a second term. I'm saying that the next president is going to have to be very strong and extremely steady, because there's going to be a lot of emotions are going to run really high, because there are going to be a lot of court cases, and there are going to have to be a lot of new laws passed to stop a lot of what Trump did from ever happening again. So, and by the way, someone had mentioned the name of Stone's judge. Could you please repeat that? Was that the judge you guys were talking about? Because I do want to read on. Yeah, Miller and Bannon are still influential in policy. Yeah, they are. I love Kirsten. She's so great. Berman? Amy Berman? Is that the Stone Stone judge? And isn't it like the Stone and the Flynn judge or something? Amy Berman Jackson. Thank you. Amy. Is Nancy speaking to Mick Mulvaney? I have a feeling I will be reading what my gut is telling me. I'll make a note, but what my gut is telling me is that I will be reading on Mulvaney in the future, but it's not a time yet, is what I'm getting. That's what it feels like. Flynn's is a different judge. Okay. All right. Well, let's start with, that was what you guys were asking about first. So let's do Judge Amy Berman Jackson. I'm sorry. Judge Amy Berman Jackson. Judge Amy Berman Jackson. She feels very human. Tough, but human, which is nice. Some judges, they get, let's just say they get, they read too much of their own press. Let's put it that way. The power kind of goes to their head. It was Stone and Manafort. That was it. Okay, good, good. Dry, dusty, and arrogant. They become sort of mad. Yeah. It's one of the things, I had a relative, distant relative, but I had a relative who, when I was growing up, I have two older sisters, and I remember we were interacting with this fairly elderly, distant relative, and I remember saying to one of my sisters, saying, "Man, she's not very nice. She's kind of mean." And my sister said, "Oh, the bitterness got her." And that has stuck with me all these years, and it's become a thing to me personally that I just don't want the bitterness to get to me. You know, it's like bad things happen in life, but I don't want to. I'm not going to let myself turn mean. You know. Oh, they're not all. All judges aren't mean. Judge Amy Jackson, July 22nd, Cancer, Leo, cusp energy. Thank you, Nancy. All right. All right, we're about 17, 18 minutes in. Okay. I hope your day's going well. She's not being flippant about this. She's taking it very seriously. She knows this could be this kind of stuff. These may be the defining days of her judgeship. And Stone did plead guilty. And he's like, okay, you want to take it back? All right, so you were lying before, so we're going to nail you for perjury. She can't appear biased. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, Deanna. Harvard Law, she's got this. Yep, I believe that. Okay. Well, this is definitely going to be more her Leo side than her Cancer side. That sound you just heard, if you heard that, that was snow breaking off the roof and falling. That just made a huge clunking sound. This is her sitting in judgment, but a very human level. Oh, Flynn pled guilty. Stone went to trial and lost. Thank you. Thank you. All right. In the past. This is the card that always comes up to me for witnesses. In this case, it could be jury. Center of the reading. Ding. Hello. I'd say the cards are on point. Center of the whole reading. The Justice card. For those of you, I find it so funny that there are some people who they'll just listen to me because they're doing other stuff, but they don't actually watch. And it's like, oh, well, I guess it's sort of radio podcasty. Maybe I should say what all the cards are. All right. base of the reading, yeah, working together with other parts of law enforcement and being fair and making sure everybody, this isn't just a partnership, it's a balance. And yeah, it's very reasonable. Above the reading, yeah, I don't know if she leans toward, well, let's put it this way. I get cups for Democrats, I get pentacles for Republicans. So she is doing, above this, she's doing her absolute level best to be fair, to not obviously take a side. Now, what her private feelings are, I don't know. I don't know who appointed her, who was the president when she was appointed, but near future. Let me look at the other cards. Oh, environment. Well, fate. This is a major, yes, this is definitely a major point of fate in her life. Hopes and fears. Well, at this point, there's something's going to happen, and this is quite often the thief card, and the fear is that a stone is going to get away with stuff somehow for some reason. That's what Trump wants. Obama appointed her. Yeah, because that Democratic card, just between us, that Democratic card felt stronger. But she's working very hard to put her own personal leanings aside, just use the law as much as she possibly can. But yeah, that card was stronger anyway. But just between us, don't tell anybody. All right, what we see. Strategizing. Yeah, there's a lot of, yeah, there's just a lot of interference and strategizing, and yeah. The final outcome, and then I'll go back to this Page of Pentacles and Sun. Final outcome. Judge Amy Berman. Somebody's going to make her mad. Somebody's really going to make her mad. And she's going to, it's like, no, I'm just sticking to the law. Extreme aggravation. No, I'm going to keep myself calm. Count to 10, deep breaths. Someone is about to, and just some argument that's being put forth, some legal something, just calm. Yeah, Stone posted her picture with a target behind her head. Yeah. I remember I made a cover about that when it happened. And I didn't, of course, want to do that he did that. So I actually did like the anti-that. I actually took a photo of a judge and just covered the whole thing with flowers, with roses. So it was the anti. So what I am getting, because isn't Stone, he was guilty. It just feels like a lot of expensive lawyers, a lot of money stuff. Let's put it this way. The whole bar interference, it was supposed to be quiet. It wasn't quiet, but this is near future, and this is that is still there. And it's just very, very much out in the open. So I get pentacles for Republicans, and I'm just getting that it's a page. It's not like a king, even though we know Trump's behind it. And it isn't even a knight. It's just Barr just tried to kind of slip in there and do something, but it's all just so out in the open now. And then there is going to be some kind of argument during sentencing, or someone trying to interfere, and she's going to get really frustrated and angry, but she's going to hold it together. So Stone should have been thrown in jail when he did not obey the judge's orders. Yeah, he drives her crazy. He absolutely drives her crazy. So, what is she going to do about Stone? What is she going to do about Stone? Why am I being drawn to read on Trump? What is she going to do? Have a look here. The president it wasn't Trump himself who was saying bad things about the jury forewoman. The judge is not impressed with that at all. There was justice. And then I've got more interference, and she knows Trump's behind it. Trump behind that, trying to say bad things about the jury forewoman. But she actually has a lot of support for doing what is normal. Doing what would normally be done under these circumstances. But this is worrying. The president in this country really does have a lot of power, and can really rile up a very ugly, potentially ugly base. And I'm just having a look at your comments. A guilty verdict on all of 7 counts, including 5 counts of lying to Congress, 1 count of witness tampering, 1 count of obstructions of a proceeding. Well, she's going to do the right thing. She just is. I hear you. Bye, everyone. I'm tired. Dark Saturn, I feel you. This whole... Yeah, let's pray for Judge Amy. Absolutely. Let's pray for everybody fighting this autocracy. I reckon he'll get 5. Yeah, I read on Stone yesterday. Yep. And what I got yesterday, it was on Sunday, February 16th video. It starts at 50 minutes and 16 seconds. And it was all, I just got panic that he's just an absolutely panic state. So, okay. So I'm going to switch decks. Let's do the Halloween deck. Okay. Okay, then you guys were asking about Stacey Abrams. Let me see what I've got on Stacey Abrams. This was sort of 17, 18. Oh, no, it wasn't. This is about 30. That was about 17, 18. Okay. Stacey Abrams. She's got a steel spine. Smart as a whip. But a good person, good heart, good energy. Oh, but do not cross her. Do not come to her with, in the vein of Nancy Pelosi, do not come to her with stupid arguments. Do not waste her time. Senator tweeted it. Senator tweeted what? Okay. Stacey Abrams, Stacey Abrams. It says something about her that she's being courted for a potential VP slot. Okay, you guys are talking. Yeah, Stacey did get screwed by the Republicans. Yeah, you guys are talking about other stuff. Whew. Let's all go to the White House. Let's all go to the White House. In the past, oh yeah, she came to prominence, and Democrats really like her, as they seems like to me like they should. Send her the reading. She's been doing her thing. She's been working steadily, thinking things through, strategizing. Yeah. Being sensible. Being smart about things. Base of the reading. Yeah, she became a star because she took on just a wall of the wall of Republicans that have been sticking together. So that's the base of this. That's what elevated her. See? Courage. Courage stands out. Courage matters. Above the reading. Oh, she has been networking, and yeah. Does anyone know what sign she is? Because this is all very, very practical. Will she get prosecuted? Who? Stacey Abrams? Prosecute what? Oh, Murkowski took $2 million from Elaine Chao right before the impeachment vote. Oh, I hope they can prove that. If that's what happened, I hope they can prove it. Anyway, okay, Stacey Abrams, let's do this. This is an offering to a very strong woman. And while pumpkins is pentacles, and I quite often get pentacles for Republicans, no, this just feels like it's also earth signs, and it feels like a very practical offer. And it's also a knight. So there's active movement. And it's not, she didn't have to beg for anything. I'll tell you what, if we have to have like a monarchy in the United States, let's have a queen like Stacey Abrams. Home environment. Yeah, all this energy, it's very pointed, and it's very strong, it's very sharp. She's overturning some apple carts. Birthday's December 9th, Sagittarius. Okay, thank you. Hopes and fears. Oh, defeat Trump. Defeat the Emperor. Defeat Emperor Palpatrump. What we see. Voters, the last time... Oh, no, this is a lot of people courting her. But also some voters last time just not listening and allowing the Republican machinery to mess with things. But no, this is a lot of people courting her. Final outcome, Judgment. King of Wands, which is Trump in his human form. And there's the Fool, which is Trump makes such an idiot of himself that it's like, oh, yeah, maybe I have to go do something, because this is Trump just getting worse and worse and being more and more obnoxious, and this is a smart, savvy, extremely capable woman saying, yeah, let's stand up to this idiot. So it feels like if she did, born Abrams 2020, could be. She may very well be a running mate for vice president. Okay. They said there was Murkowski in a bribe. See, the thing is that I always worry. I have news in the background all day, and I read the news as well. It's just obnoxious, and sometimes you guys ask me questions, and it's like I don't know anything about that, and I always worry. It's like, oh, is this not? Have I still managed to be out of touch, or did this just come up, or is it a conspiracy theory, or? But I want to have a quick look here. What about, did Murkowski take a bribe from Elaine Chao before the impeachment vote? Is that what you guys were saying? Lots, Kathy. Trump was handing out money at a meeting right before the impeachment vote. They were paid. No, she tweeted it? Okay. All right. Let me ask specifically about Murkowski. Look, I don't agree with her policies. I don't agree with a lot of what she does. I just feel icky when I get the energy. I can feel the energy of a woman being seriously pressured if she did, it was like something to sweeten the pot, because yeah, I mean, it's kind of like when you've got like a really pushy guy who wants you to come home with him, wants to come home with you, wants to go on a date, wants whatever, and it's just like you just want to reach your hand out and just like push him away. That's the energy that. So I'm not saying I'm on her side. I'm saying that that's the energy I'm feeling is this, that kind of pressure, and I never like people having to go through that. But did she take a bribe? Did Murkowski take a bribe? Or was her impeachment vote just her own her own stupid fault? I mean, her own stupid fault in the sense of, sure, let's just let him do whatever he wants. Illusion and delusion, but it's all usually the card of Trump. It's Trump's illusion and delusion. That is the problem that scares the Republicans, because the base, a lot of the base, he can rile up the base like nobody's business. In the past, well, in the past, yeah, pressure, emotional. I mean, like I'm feeling a heaviness, it's like a dull pain, a big, wide, like that wide, dull pain in the middle of my chest. But the center of the reading is, well, in the Rider Waite, the Four of Pentacles is the Miser card, but in this deck, it's more the sowing seeds of something that comes later. It's like, well, you did this. You sowed the seeds for Trump to give Trump free rein. Below the reading, yeah, she was, okay, my shoulders are all tightening up as well. I don't even know what the pressure's about, but it's pressure, pressure, pressure. Headache, tight shoulders. Yeah, this is her as being one of the senators listening about impeachment, and her vote being so important, and her decision. That's the base of that. Above the reading, well, this is a Five of Ghosts, but I'm being drawn to the pumpkin part there and the pumpkin part here, which is this is what was going on the Republican side. The counting of votes, the possible offering of some campaign contributions. This could be her looking at the Democrats' argument and not going along with it, or her own her own guilt that she saw how bad this was and she didn't do anything about it. So I think internally she's conflicted. Doesn't help. Doesn't help now. Made your decision. Near future. She's seen as weak, and she's gonna have to step up in some way, shape, or form. This is her transforming from this young, emotional person, in a way, to stepping up to the adult, a person of agency who makes decisions. I don't know what this is about exactly. Home environment. I'm gonna guess she's married. Does that make sense to anybody? I don't know if she's or not, but it feels very stable at home. Okay, hopes and fears. Sticking with the Republicans. It is the Two of Ghosts, but this is the card of partnership. What we see, yeah, she let the Emperor, we let Trump, she's the reason that Trump is getting farther and farther and farther out of control. Final outcome. Well, you'll notice we've got 2 queens and a knight. And the near future, we had the Page of Ghosts and the Magician. So once you get past the Page of Ghosts, and she kind of comes into her own strength, or uses her own strength. This is a lot of networking. That's a lot of networking. But this isn't really answering my question if she was bribed or if she wasn't bribed. All right, Murkowski. Did you take millions and millions of dollars to she would deny it. I'm looking at Murkowski right now. Mitch McConnell's wife. Okay. Well, that's a message. It feels like a message or a meeting. Trump is a disaster. The Democrats, from their perspective, are looking happier every day. Trump's stuff is going to come to light. And that's what she worries about, but she felt like she couldn't go against it. I'm not, what am I missing here? Because I'm not getting, money was given for a port in Alaska. So like 20, so for like the port, or something else. Dang. Which helps alleviate some of the guilt, but insult to injury. That Senate vote made her very, very important. Before, during, and after. But then it just diminishes down again. Oh, look, I can do this, and, you know, but this feels a little bit smaller than these. That going back home, be able to, you know, come back with stuff. But it's just, this is the insult to injury card. This is a lot of nitpicky and infighting, and I don't, I guess maybe I'll ask, like, what's going to happen to her, because I'm feeling very conflicted, and or feeling that she feels very conflicted. Seriously pressured. Like I can feel it's like men invading her space kind of pressure. So what happens to Murkowski? Is there a viable, I can't, if she's Alaska, I cannot imagine there's a viable Democrat running. I mean, it's Alaska. Talk about a red state. We do need more women in the Senate. Bribed or stupid, I'm not getting. things are not going to go well for her. She got called into the meeting. She got called into a meeting. And it was important, and it was Republicans sticking together, and you're one of us, and you're part of the party, and join the party, and be important in the party, and let's party in the party, and it's like, oh sure, okay, and I'll go along, and I'll do, but then it's just insult to injury and disappointment, and or she's just diminished and diminished and diminished and diminished. So she will find that that was her last hurrah, as it were. Will she be replaced? Even if she isn't replaced, it just shrinks down. Yeah, it's just all disappointment. It's all... McConnell uses people. Surprise. No, but I mean, he really... You're great. It's going to be wonderful, and then you're nothing. And you can't get funding, and you can't get bills passed, and you can't. Once he doesn't need you anymore. These swords in her back, the 10 of swords here, that feels like they're actually swords in her back. That's not Trump. She's going to stick with the Republicans. She has been able to bring something back to her constituents, but her decision is, yeah, she's just going to stick with the Republicans. And as long as, I guess, Trump doesn't go after her. Sold her soul for a couple of pieces of gold. Yeah. Yep. Why? 3 cards. Why? Why Murkowski? Going along with the party. If she had gone along with the Democrats, she wouldn't have been able to get anything done. Anything. Everything she wants to accomplish would have disappeared. McConnell would have made sure of it. Like if a Republican had voted to impeach Trump, I mean, other than Romney, you may as well just quit. She thinks she did it to ultimately, well, help herself, but help the people in her. Help her constituents. Anyway, yeah, that was a reading on Murkowski. She's spineless. She's not as spineless as Susan Collins. I feel like I should read on Collins. Should I read on Collins, or am I just avoiding reading on Miller? I can't quite decide yet. But I just throw a few cards on Mr. and Mrs. Miller. Blech. First I want to read on... Now, I'll throw a few cards now on Miller. Just get it over with. Does anybody have any garlic? Maybe a wooden stake? Miller. Oh. Oh, something borrowed, something, I guess, blue, with the heads of small children in my shoe. Oh, congratulations on the happy vampires. Oh, They're going to procreate. They're going to have little vampires. Yeah. They met in the White House. She's defended his policies and fighting the ugly fight together, and now they're married and they're going to have little vampires. Anybody else hoping that there's like a genetic throwback to something, and Stephen Miller's children, like all of his children, are, you know, that they look something other than passing for Lily White? So what's going to happen? That's them. She's going to stay with him. Oh, sweetie. If you weren't so awful, I'd say we should talk, but no, you deserve this. Oh, surprise, surprise. They're somewhat social pariahs, except in the super Republican, Trump Republican arena. Notice it's like a skeleton face. That's what it... Yes, it's Stephen Miller's idea of white. And they had a healthy 8-pound pot roast. Their marriage is going to be fine. The question is, what happens with Miller and Trump, and when Trump's out of office, and his policies will be denounced, and where the rest of us are going to be like, oh, finally getting around to that, huh? Oh yeah, just people heaping scorn on him. Heaping scorn on him. Yeah, and it's, yeah, but they have their own little, their own little viper nest at home. Yeah. I love you guys. But there's part of me that does not love you guys when you make me read on these jerks. you know, you're not, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding around. But it's just like, ugh, all right, there's nothing, there's no there. It's just, ugh. Yeah, they deserve each other. They really do. Spray holy water on the cards, the room yourselves. Nancy, I'm not going to argue with that. Don't let Kitty bite those cards. Now, yeah, I'd be really worried about Kitty. Is Trump going to make Ivanka his VP? It would be a way to get all the power and money back to him. He can't. He won't be able to get away with it, but he wants to. But he can't get the, he can't get enough of the establishment to go along with it. Let's try again. Does he just say to heck with the establishment, this is what we're doing, this is what I'm doing? And Pence can go whistle. Trump's, I can feel it again. There's Trump's wall of support, or it's not even like a wall, it's like a huge solid barrier deep, solid barrier that was his support. It's like it's like been undermined, like underneath. It's like you could just wave your hand around in it. Like part of it's still there, but there's this weakness in his support. Yeah, boss, we'll look into that. This impeachment has hurt him. And the Republicans have spent an awful lot of political capital, and they are very aware of how much political capital they have spent to support him. And their support is fleeting. They still will. They're doing it, token support, show of support, keep the base happy. But no, them willing to turn on Pence to and potentially anger the evangelicals just to give Trump more. No. Pence can be impeached. Yes, he can. No, but we're talking about the 2020 ticket. Yeah, that's, I'm sorry, I should have been more clear. Yeah, I'm talking about the 2020 ticket. Okay, so it is 1 o'clock. Oh, well, who did it? VP Ivanka. All right. I feel like I need to read on him, and then I'll go, and I'll be back tomorrow. And the zombie deck that protects me is out of commission for a while. Yeah, this glue is still tacky, and I might have to try something different. Will any of Trump's children be indicted? I'm not sure. I will look at that, but right now I'm starting to get a bit tired, but I want to look at, I feel like I need to look at Trump before I go. So, yeah, and I'm not using this deck because I can already feel his energy, and it's like, no, you're not getting your disgusting energy on the tarot deck that is my happy place of sweetness and family and, yeah, housewives. Mainly because it just would annoy him to use the deck that's a housewife themed. Because, Orange Fiera, women are important. If you don't like it, tough. Trump. Oh, by the way, the cover today for the reading, that was, I went with a graphic about the 4 suits in regular playing cards. I realized to some people it's very obvious, but to any people who are really new to this, you can use playing cards as tarot cards. I mean, there are only 52 of them instead of 78, but you've the different hearts or cups, and wands are wands, diamonds are pentacles. So clubs, sorry, wands are clubs. That's it. Swords are spades. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. You just have to, it's just a matter of memorizing. It's obviously easier when you've got things that have more pictures, more stuff to pull from. But in a pinch, you can use playing cards to give a reading. Trump. I need some cocoa. Sorry, needed some cocoa to fortify myself here. All right. Why am I getting the strong feeling I have to read on you? You orange toad. You orange tub of lard. He doesn't care if it's bad attention, he just wants attention. At the same time, a woman like me insulting him, he'd make fun of me, but it would still hurt him. Not enough? Maybe is there something like, is there anything I could say, Donald Trump, that would hurt you enough that you would stop destroying people's lives? I'll say it, whatever it is. Do I have to profess my love? Do I have to tell you what I really think of you? Do I have to swear my head off? Because I don't swear on this channel, but if that would help, get rid of him. I think you guys would be willing to cover your ears for a few minutes. He's on a little island of, oh, hang on. All right, I'm fine, but I'm having trouble catching my breath. Oh, you idiot. Donald, you idiot. Eat something other than a steak of French fry and apple pie. But he's all happy in his... This has become the card I get for Trump most of the time. This to him in the residence, doing as little as possible, watching TV. And other people are doing all the work for him. Wow. Does he have a cold? Oh, this is interesting. In the past, well, that was the impeachment thing, but he didn't get justice. Center of the reading. Republicans are still stacking the deck in his favor. Base of the reading. Feels like my lungs and bronchial tubes are swollen. Base of the reading. Oh, they've come for me, but I blah blah blah. Their unfair thing, and above it, he's a brat. He's an adult brat at a constant party. Yep. And he's in charge of the party, and he's running amok. So it's like putting the bratty kid in charge of a party. An adult party. No, we're gonna run with scissors. Oh, isn't he cute? I've never seen baby pictures of Donald Trump, but I'm going to guess that there was an evil little gleam in his eye, but I don't know that that's true. He was probably fine. Near future. Ooh. Another sword. Another sword in Trump's back, and Democrats all up in his face. Something's coming out. Something's coming out in the near future. Woohoo. Boy, he's going to have a face full of Democrats. Home environment. This is what he should be doing. He should be saying, no thanks, I've had enough of various things. But he doesn't. Hopes and fears. he has a deep and abiding fear of emasculation. Because his self-esteem is actually his... Oh, I'm not going to say that. Anyway. What other people see? The Republicans doing anything to keep power. Keep what power they have, if they can. Final outcome, vices. More vices. And going out and... yeah, this is all of his vices and him hiding stuff and almost like making a joke of it where, oh, I got to clean up so when the people see me, at the people at the rallies, but they don't know just how gross he really is. There's gross stuff about him that we don't really even know, but it's like he cleans up. And then he goes out and has people just worship him, and then he goes out there and insults the Democrats. But it's not having the same punch that it once did. Yeah, I wonder if he has a cold. Because I was fine, and then suddenly it's like, I can't breathe. Well, not that I can't breathe, but... He's trying to steal it from me? What? What? Oh, Johnny and Jen got procreation too. Oh, yay. Well, I guess they'll either teach their parents what it's like to be decent human beings, or they'll become their own little junior SS officer wannabes. We'll see. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Trump always looks awful. All right, well, hang on. Why? Oh, it's because the near future thing, something coming out. Why did I... Because it's like getting the message. It's like, I need to read on Trump. Okay, why? Because stuff is gonna, it's gonna come out clumsily, but it's gonna come out. People are cleaning up for him. People are seriously cleaning up for him, and it's not just about the impeachment thing. There's other stuff. What kind of things are they cleaning up about? What type of thing is going to come out? Don't just say things are going to come out. Could you be more vague? Well, it wouldn't be that Republicans saying bad things about him in private. I mean, everybody already knows they say bad things about him in private. That's the backstabbing card. That's the front stabbing card, which is quite often related to investigations. Yeah, it's not being very clear. Anyway, but I might just be tired. Thank you so much for being here. All right, and I will be back here tomorrow. And I plan, I'm going to see how long I can go, because I really am trying. I would really like to manage to go every day until Trump is out of office. It's just, if we became an authoritarian society and it came up of, people going against prominent, semi-prominent, remotely prominent, or outspoken members of the resistance, I would very much like them to be able to pull up 500-600 of my videos to prove my guilt of being part of the resistance. That I showed up every day. I would like to do that. But I need to get out of Trump's energy because I don't have a cold. I'm making my own stand. Yeah, it's in my own way. This is it. Yeah, March specifically for some reason, March, April, but something about March in astrology. There are various astrologies talking about it. Go for a walk. Yeah. All right. And thank you so much for being here. And I will see you wonderful people tomorrow. Every day I get between like 1 and 4 downvotes. And the thing is, I never know why. Like, what were they mad about? But, oh well. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you so much to our troll slayers. This absolutely would not be possible without you. All right. Thank you. See you tomorrow.